Hi, my name is Harry Ralph. Uh, I'm 80 years old. I live in the suburbs of Atlanta. And
When did you first learn about the coronavirus?
I would say probably in January of 2020 when you started hearing about it in China. But at that time, it was thought not to be a danger to the U.S.
And what were your initial reactions to learning about the coronavirus?
Well, I guess that having thought that it wasn't a danger to the U.S., I guess I wasn't too concerned. People seemed to think it wouldn't be too serious at the time. And I'll have to say, that politicians and medical people both had seemed to think it wasn't going to be too serious.
How have your opinions or feelings about the virus changed since you first learned about it?
Well, I guess as it spread and there were more people catching it, more fatalities, I guess I took it more seriously. Of course, over time, the mask became more prevalent, and that was thought to be a good thing to wear the mask. So, I thought about it quite a bit. I didn't want to catch it at my age, and so we were pretty careful at first.
Describe any events you witnessed that capture your or your community's response to the virus.
Well, I think there was a lot of people volunteering for various things, especially food banks. I noticed there was additional support for medical workers, nurses, anybody in that field. Also, support for first responders like law enforcement and firemen, things like that, that people just had to do their job and they weren't able to stay home.
How is your response affecting time with family and loved ones?
Well, had spent a lot more time together, staying in the house, eating at home, uh, doing things together. So I'd say that would be the main thing.
What lasting impact did quarantine make on your lifestyle or your attitude?
Well, I guess one thing I miss is being able to shake somebody's hand. I think that's going to be gone for a while, maybe a couple of years before we get back to that. Uh,
How has social distancing changed your life?
well, I try to social distance it, but I can tell you, you go in a grocery store, people are not really observing that. Not strictly. I mean, some do, but so I wouldn't say that has really affected my life very much.
Have you experienced a pandemic like the coronavirus during your lifetime?
Well, I don't know if they called it a pandemic or not, but the H1N1 swine flu was pretty serious, not as serious as COVID-19. Uh, but I was younger then, and I don't think I was working. I don't think it affected me that much. The the other thing I remember, and it's going all the way back to the 1940s, we had a polio epidemic, and that was really serious, where people were afraid to go out in public, afraid to gather in large crowds.
How do you think the media has affected the public's response to the coronavirus?
Well, I think that's mixed. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I trusted everything I saw in the media. Uh, I seemed to, I don't know, there seemed to be a political edge to much of the reporting. And, I really had to pick and choose what I wanted to believe.